Let's talk to Mark Cancian, Senior Advisor at Washington Center for Strategic and International Studies. Mark, welcome. Good to have your company. In the cold light of day, the situation is now calmer and collected than a few hours ago. But this Poland missile incident looked like the brink of something pretty terrible. From what we now know, where does this stray missile strike, or whatever this incident turns out to be? What does it say about the Russia-Ukraine conflict?
Well, one good thing about this incident is the calm and measured support, measured response that the U.S. and NATO took. Both of them decided to get the facts first. They did not immediately take action. And then when the facts came out, it was clear that this was some sort of accident. It could have escalated if they had not been careful and got the facts first. It does show that there's continuing concern about a conflict going on just outside NATO's borders, that things can happen that could escalate. But we've been very fortunate that officials have been careful and got the facts first.
NATO's chief also says the incident in Poland was likely caused by Ukraine's air defense systems. How likely is it for these missiles to go off track, to go rogue, if indeed that turns out to be what happened?
Unfortunately, this sort of thing is quite common. Remember, what goes up must come down. The Russians have been attacking with missiles the last couple of days. The Ukrainians have been responding with their own air defense. These S-300s are missiles that they had before the war. NATO and the United States have also provided additional missiles and launchers. No doubt the Ukrainians have been firing a lot of these to try to intercept the Russian attacks. And one of these missiles, instead of self-destructing when it missed its target, just continued to fly and landed in Poland. Unfortunately, this happens quite frequently.
Is this incident just a footnote in this story, or is it a change of chapter? Does this happening change the narrative in Moscow and in Europe, Ukraine and the United States?
I don't think it'll change the narrative. This was a unfortunate mistake, an unfortunate accident. I think everyone's going to back off. The Russians, of course, have had this very conciliatory statement. The United States and NATO also backing off, not trying to exacerbate the crisis. I think, unfortunately, both sides are going to go back to where they were before, with this ongoing conflict, with NATO in a very watchful posture, but not raising the level of activity.
Mark, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for coming on the program. Mark Cancian speaking to us from Washington.